Durango and Silverton, two names synonymous with the Rockies. Located in southwestern Colorado, an amazing narrow-gauge railroad continues to haul passengers between the two namesake towns, passing by some of the most beautiful vistas in the United States of America. Formerly built as a mining railroad in the 1880s, the Durango and Silverton Narrow-Gauge Railroad sees over 200,000 yearly visitors from all over the world. Today's trip was no exception, with photographers from Switzerland and the United Kingdom on board. The date is February 14th, 2016, and our Go West adventure continues. Today's train consisted of Durango and Silverton's number 478 and 8 coaches set for a round trip between Durango and Teft Station Spur. On board, nearly 100 other photographers eagerly waited to point their shutters at one of the most iconic steam trains in the United States. After the first set of run-bys, we rode the train over the High Line portion of the railroad. This segment of the line is one of the most recognizable stretches of track in the country, with the raging rapids of the Animas River 400 feet below. The Durango and Silverton was originally constructed to serve the Denver and Rio Grande Western between the two namesake towns in the desolate southwestern portion of Colorado. For the first time, these settlements could easily be reached by the outside world. The area continued to be prosperous with the expansion of the railroad for nearly 80 years. The route was originally opened in 1882. The line was an extension of the DNRG's 3-foot narrow-gauge line from Antonito, Colorado to Durango. The last train to operate into Durango from the east was on December 6, 1968. The states of New Mexico and Colorado purchased the 64 miles between Antonito and Chama, New Mexico in 1970. That portion is operated today as the Coombers and Toltec Scenic Railroad. The trackage between Chama and Durango was removed by 1971. The line from Durango to Silverton has run continuously since 1881. Although it is now a tourist and heritage line, it is one of the few places in the United States which has seen the continuous use of steam locomotives. In March of 1981, the Denver and Rio Grande Western sold the line and the Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad was formed. Today, this amazing tourist line continues to inspire and captivate the imagination to a time when life was a little more simple. As we roll along on our scenic railroad journey, the train crosses a span called High Bridge. Installed in 1894, the bridge is one of the architectural highlights along the railroad. In November of 2015, the line was out of service for 3 weeks due to thorough inspection and maintenance. fuel stop at Tank Creek. Passengers deboarded at a location called Tall Timber for 2 more photo run-bys.
The train was turned, and we were given another chance at another photo run-by. Final run-by location would be at the world-famous High Line, with the 478 giving it all she had on the mountain grade.
The rest of our time in Colorado would be spent trackside on Union Pacific's Moffett Tunnel subdivision, watching Amtrak's California Zephyr at various locations along the famous stretch of railroad. We even visited the namesake tunnel that made this railroad so prosperous, the 6.2-mile-long Moffett Tunnel. Moffett Tunnel is located at the nation's Continental Divide and is home to a popular ski resort. We were fortunate to see two KCS SD70 ACE locomotives leading a westbound empty crude oil train. With Amtrak's eastbound California Zephyr being close by, we traveled a few miles west to CP Fraser. There, we caught the train at speed before it entered the long tunnel. A few days later, we would again catch the eastbound Zephyr at Glenwood Springs, Colorado. On our way home, we would watch a few trains along the BNSF Railway in Colorado. With the mountain backdrop gone, this type of scenery is what we would get accustomed to on our long journey back to the Midwest. At Hudson, Colorado, we caught a westbound BNSF manifest train with quite the consist that included one of the last active Warbonnet -9s at the time that wasn't in storage, and a bright SD40-2 in brand new swoosh paint. miles to the east at a location known as KEENESBURG, Colorado. We caught another westbound crude oil train with a Union Pacific unit trailing second out. On this stretch of the railroad, helpers can frequently be seen helping the trains up the mountain grades west of Denver. With a pair of General Electric's Evolution Series locomotives, our next train at KEENESBURG would be a loaded coal drag. Note the pair of locomotives shoving on the rear. A few weeks later, we found ourselves back in the heartland, this time along BNSF's Transcon line through Illinois. In the early morning at Verona, we would watch a few high-speed intermodal trains. Our first train would be a high-priority Union Pacific transfer intermodal with a mid-train DPU. Verona is a small Midwestern community in the state of Illinois. The small town is a railfan favorite due to the Santa Fe bracket mast signals that still stand tall trackside. On this chilly March morning, maintenance of way crews are busy at work repairing a crossover in the heart of town. Here, a high rail truck can be seen inspecting the line. The clear signal at West Verona indicated another approaching freight train. This time, 2 -9 locomotives in the Heritage 2 scheme would be leading a high-priority autorack train towards Chicagoland. About 5 minutes later, and we witness yet another high-priority eastbound, this time with 3 General Electric Tier 3 GEVOs leading the train. Note the 2 rear DPU locomotives. With the maintenance of way crews clearing the area, the traffic flow would continue to increase. Our next train would be another eastbound, but a very overpowered one. This short train was just over 1,500 feet. At Verona, we would catch 2 more eastbounds, the first being a manifest train and the second being a bare table train. Moving to the east, we caught our second westbound, an intermodal train with 2 CSX GE locomotives on the point. The leader was in the older style YN2 paint, while the trailing engine was in YN3 with a standard cab. We decided to then head west after shooting at MAZON. After a short drive, we found ourselves in Toluca, Illinois. This location is one of the few places you can still see a Santa Fe signal bridge along the Transcon. With new replacements going up every day, it's a treat to see such old equipment still being used by the Class 1 railroad. We would shoot 2 trains here, a westbound intermodal and an eastbound bare table train. Moving further west to EDELSTEIN, Illinois, we were again treated to another Santa Fe-style signal bridge. Our first train would have an all-Union Pacific consist, running elephant style with a mid-train DPU. Next, we caught our first train at this location with BNSF power in the lead. Edelstein is famous for having one of the steepest hills in the state of Illinois, with a rather fierce grade west of town. A few minutes later, and we caught another eastbound train with a city rail leaser in tow. the sun began to set, we started to see more eastbound freight trains. Crossing over Mains, we caught another intermodal with a Heritage 2 Gevo in the lead.
3860 east.
Go ahead.
We're going to go ahead and get you guys tied down and Chillicothe Yard, and we'll have a relief crew get it over.
Okay. Why? Did it say?
This guys are short on time, that's all of them.
Okay. Whew. Okay, gotcha.
After that, the train behind you, I'm going to get them to stop and allow you guys to tie down and you guys can hop on there and take it.
Okay, sounds good.
After the long intermodal train, we caught a light power move with a friendly but very confused crew. Pay attention to the radio chatter here.
To the west, BNSF 519, boss. Just letting you know, Market Streeter.
Down light power on the main over?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Come on, guys. Come on. What is this, amateur hour?
Well, considering who he's dealing with, yeah.
With the sun slowly sinking further and further below the horizon in a haze, we caught our last and probably best train of the day. Here, an eastbound local train can be seen ducking under the signal bridges while meeting a westbound autorag train. Note the former Santa Fe GE 4-axle and war bonnet livery leading the train back to Chicagoland. Thank you for watching the Go West series by Delay and Block Productions. This completes 2016's annual video series of trains in the American West. We hope you enjoyed the long project and plan on bringing you many more rail videos from these same areas. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook for more great railroad media just like this.